Welcome back to another episode of On the Pitch. I'm Travis Jepaway.
And I am Emmanuel Palacios. Today we're going to go into the Drake curse, talk about Boston versus Milwaukee in the NBA playoffs. We're going to go into our power rankings in the MLB, as well as another segment of Rest in Peace. So let's start off with the Drake curse.
The Drake curse.
Okay, so let me break this down for you because the Drake curse has been around for many a year, okay? And just recently, an Italian football club, an Italian soccer club, decided to ban their players from taking photos with Drake, okay? And the reason why is because Drake has taken a lot of pictures with a lot of people, all right? And a lot of notable names. I'm just going to read a couple notable names that he's taking pictures with. A big one is Serena Williams. You know, we know Serena Williams. She is a beast, okay? On the tennis court, she is the most feared person. So Drake came and supported Serena Williams at the U.S. Open, and after that, and during that match, Serena Williams gets completely destroyed by an unknown Italian woman out of nowhere. Okay, so you're like, all right, well, that's just one thing, right? But we keep going into the past. We know Drake is a Kentucky fan. Kentucky hasn't won a championship since 2014. We know that he's a Raptors fan, and the Raptors, you know, the Raptors are the Raptors,
They're the Raptors
in the playoffs, right? We'll see what they do this year, but no chance. This past college football championship, he wore an Alabama crew neck. Alabama got killed 44-16 by Clemson. He was with Conor McGregor at the weigh-in, I believe, and Conor McGregor got murdered by Khabib. And just recently, he took a picture with a player from the football club Paris, Lavin Kurzawa, and that very day, Paris lost 5-1. So I want to know what you think about this because is the Drake curse real?
You know what? I have seen Drake supporting teams and players, people, fighters, whoever, and it always seems like they come out on the losing end of things.
Yeah.
I like to try to not be superstitious, if at all possible. It's not. But this Drake curse is just, it's so real. It is absolutely real. Like, there's no denying that this guy is absolutely terrible at choosing teams. Like,
I don't know if it. See, this is the thing.
he just his energy that he likes to talk about.
Yeah.
It might be good in the rap game, but in the sports world, nah.
I don't know.
Gotta go.
All these teams that he supported, like they somehow lose. What I wonder is though, does it work in reverse? Like, what if he supports a team that is already bad, right? So what if he takes a picture, posts it on Instagram of him in a Lakers jersey? Next year, that's a guaranteed championship. It's got to be,
interesting.
right?
That's interesting.
Because what we're seeing is he joins teams, he like supports.
But when's the last time that Toronto won?
I mean, have they won? I don't think they've won.
So I mean, if we're kind of looking at it in that
they're
way, he supports it. He's now
team.
like funding them.
They're a playoff team. Well, I don't know. They have. I don't know how it works.
Well, not completely.
They have their
but
OVO jerseys.
Yeah.
That were, I don't know if it's sponsored or created, but something. Drake was involved with that. So he's an ambassador for sure. I don't know how deep he is in with the management, but I don't know, man. The Raptors are not good. They never make it far. Usually, a lot of people, the excuse was, because LeBron's in the East. But this Drake curse, man. One thing that I do want to add, though, is that recently, this past week, Crystal Palace beat Arsenal. And the reason why that's important is because a Crystal Palace player, Wilfred Zaha, took a picture with Drake earlier this month, and they won. So we may be seeing a nice little turnaround. I don't know.
We'll see.
Is that just an anomaly? Just a one-time thing?
I think it's an outlier. It's not supposed to be there.
Well, I know Serena Williams is not gonna meet up with. I feel like I don't know. I thought they were kind of involved, but I guess they were just. I don't know what. I don't know. Drake is just
friends.
Drake
Just
is just. I mean, if you ask Drake, he's gonna write a song about her, and there's a song about Serena Williams. We know that for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Drake says it himself. One time's good with him, so you never know.
I just hope, man. If it works in reverse, then I'm all for him being a Laker fan. Not gonna lie, and he should be. He should be hoping that he's a Red Sox fan because they gotta turn it around, man. But we'll talk about that later.
I don't even want to talk
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so the Drake curse is real.
Drake curse is real.
Okay, so Boston and Milwaukee, both of them moved on in the NBA playoffs. Boston
did.
Celtics, pretty convincing, I would say.
They are actually the only teams to sweep their competition right now in the NBA playoffs.
What about Milwaukee? Didn't they just sweep as well?
Yeah.
Oh, the two
that's what I'm
teams.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
both teams. Yeah, right. Yeah, then they're going to be the only teams because no one else is going to sweep.
Exactly.
Ah, man, it's going to be a battle of the green. Milwaukee and Boston. I mean, this is what we saw last year in the playoffs. Boston and Milwaukee in the first round. They went to 7 games. It was crazy series. Giannis and Chris Middleton absolutely blew my mind. But this series, what do you think?
It's hard to say. Honestly, this Celtics team has their highs, they have their lows. It seems like just when you start to try and rely on them, they let you down. And then as soon as you start to not expect something from them, they start coming back and getting your hopes up again. And it's really emotionally draining for a fan.
For you, not for me.
For a fan.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me because they were neck and neck as far as stats with the Pacers. And to come through and do what they just got done doing, I think that says a lot about where they're at mentally. They got Kyrie, who, his playoff winning percentage is 76.4. It's
wow.
In a minimum of 15 games, that is the highest in the NBA.
Wow.
It's absolutely
76%.
Stunning. He's leading a team of younger guys that can completely follow him, do exactly what he's doing. I want to say that the Celtics can come through and beat the Bucks. I just don't know if it's realistic. The Bucks swept the 8 seed. The Celtics just swept a 5 seed, so it's possible that they could win. I believe it's only the last time that they met. I think it was February 19th or something. Boston went to Milwaukee and they only lost by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say it's not possible for them to do it, but I think the Celtics are going to lose.
Wow, you do think
I
they're gonna
have
lose.
the Bucks taking the championship this year. I kind of just want to see it happen. As a Celtics fan, obviously I want to see the Celtics do it. That'd be great. But just to come from where the Bucks were to where they're at now, I would love to see them take it. I think that would be the cherry on top for them. I think it would spark a flame everywhere else. It would just kind of bring a freshness to the league that I would like to see. I don't know. That's just me, though. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, man. I know for sure it's going to be a great series. As to who's going to win, when I think about Milwaukee, I think about their history. And they've had good teams in the past. I think they're better this year, definitely, than all the years before that. But at the same time, I can't bring myself to trust Milwaukee. I just can't bring myself to trust them because
Why?
Because of their history. They don't win. They're not a team who wins. You got to go back to Kareem's years for the Bucks to be a legit team.
But
and
this
the Celtics
is a new team.
And this is a new team. They got a new coach. They got solid role players. They got Giannis, the MVP frontrunner. But I also look at what they just did in the first round. And Boston beat the Pacers. The Pacers are without Oladipo, their best player. So it wasn't much. I'm not going to make a big deal out of the Celtics sweeping the Pacers because the Pacers are not on that tier. Boston's obviously better. Boston was not going to have a problem with Indiana. Milwaukee was not going to have a problem with Detroit, especially when Blake Griffin was out for 2 games, 3 games, however many games he was out. The Bucks outscored the Pistons by 95 points in 4 games. So that should just tell you that, the Pistons are not. I don't credit the Bucks more so as I think that the Pistons are just a bad team. And the Pacers could have been a good team with Oladipo, but Boston is much better. So I feel like these two teams haven't been tested yet, which is why I love that they're facing each other off in the second round. Mm-hmm. That's why I think this series is going to go 7 games again. And it's a coin flip to me. It's a coin flip because I think these two teams... I don't think Boston has anyone that can stop Giannis, first of all.
No.
They have no one who can stop him. I feel like we can agree with that. There's really no one in the league who can stop him.
No, you can try with Hayward and Horford, or Baines and Horford or someone, but no, you're not gonna stop.
No,
Giannis.
there's no chance.
6'11", like no, you're not
No.
stopping him.
6'11", and that's like, and when he puts his hands up,
Yeah, he's
when he's gonna go dunk, I mean, he's taking off from like the free throw line.
the Greek freak. Like,
So, if I had to choose a team, if I had to say who's gonna win, man, if I was a betting man, I'd go with Milwaukee. I'd go
Really?
against my
Okay.
gut. I'd go against my gut because my gut says Boston. My gut says I feel like Boston. Kyrie's in his bag right now. Kyrie is balling. He is balling. I love what I'm seeing from Gordon Hayward. He's showing me some flashes of what he used to be before his injury, and I don't know if that's going to continue in the playoffs. But so far in the playoffs, Boston is super hot. I mean, they're just playing well. But Milwaukee, something about their system. And you said, I mean, that last appearance. I mean, and no, it was a regular season, a 1-point game, but man, it's going to be a really good series, and I want to see Giannis. Just like you, I want to see Giannis in the finals.
Mhm.
I want to see Giannis in the finals, and they have the team to do it. They have, I mean, Mirotic, Brook Lopez, Middleton, Brogdon. They got some players. Bledsoe
yeah.
Bledsoe's a great
I mean,
player.
Brogdon, DiVincenzo, and Gasol are all injured right now, though.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, that's right. So I mean,
Smart, I believe.
they didn't even need him though. And
Smart, I believe,
should be
is
back
day to day.
Is he okay? I'm not sure if he's going to be back for the series, but man, oh man, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to tune into that one. I know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even like the color green, but I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be watching that.
I'd like to think that the Celtics definitely have a lot more experience, more of a veteran presence,
Right.
and just an overall feel for playing in this sort of game. But something inside me just really wants to see Milwaukee do it. I really want to see Milwaukee do it. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be heartbroken. I'm obviously going to be happy if the Celtics come through and they win. But
I've never heard this from you.
I'd be happy to see the Bucks do it. Just again because it brings a freshness to the league. It's that Cinderella story kind of
So
thing.
you're
Just
being,
this team stepping up.
You're
and
being
just,
generous then. You're being a generous person.
This is the sport enthusiast inside of me, not the fan speaking. This is the enthusiast of the sport in general.
I gotta say, I've never seen this side of you.
What can I say?
I've never seen
I'm
this
being
side.
a little revealing today.
I
The
mean,
camera's out, you know.
I mean, you're being fake is what you're being. You're being fake right now for all these people. You're being fake. This is not the real him.
This is
not. He is Boston to the core. And all of a sudden, when
I
the
told you
camera
I told you last week that I had the Bucks taking it.
Yeah.
And I surprised you even then. And now I'm saying it.
Well,
You're like, oh,
say that.
but you're lying.
No. You can say, oh, well, I want the Bucks to win. Yeah, I want the Bucks to win. It's just like me. I want the Warriors to lose. I mean, yeah, but you want to see the Celtics. I mean, you're saying that, but
like I'm saying, I want to see the Bucks win. But if I had $20 in my pocket, I had to put it down on a team to win the series.
That's different.
It's going the Celtics for sure.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That's where I differentiate.
Then
like for
I'm
sure,
a little confused then with
for
that
sure
take.
I would
You'd
lean
bet on the
towards
Celtics. You'd bet on the Celtics.
But I really want to.
But
see
you
want
to see the Bucks.
Just
Okay.
for the pure sport of it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to text Kyrie to tell him that because a Boston man is turning.
Go ahead.
On,
He's probably
Boston.
not even checking his phone right now.
Oh, is he on dark mode? Is he on? Is he pulling
I'd
a
like to
LeBron?
think so.
Is he pulling a LeBron?
I'd like to think so.
I
I
mean,
mean,
the way he's playing, I feel like he is, but I don't know.
could be.
There you have it. Boston and Milwaukee. We both think Milwaukee's gonna move on, and Travis is hiding his feelings.
I mean, honestly, just a quick side point here. The Celtics, as far as their 2-point free throw, 2-point field goals, not free throws. They're shooting at 47%. The Bucks are shooting at 60%. A huge difference right there.
Yeah.
3 points are a lot closer. Celtics at 39.8 and the Bucks are at 37. So I mean that's a lot closer. But the 2-point, I mean the Bucks are getting it done where the Celtics are slacking.
I think the Bucks made huge moves getting Mirotic and Lopez. I mean that spacing the floor. That has helped. I mean, without those two guys, that 3-point percentage is down. Giannis can't shoot threes. Middleton is decent. Bledsoe is decent. But a lot of those guys can't shoot. And when they got those two guys, two big men, man, that's going to make this series interesting. Especially since the Celtics have Horford.
Yeah, so, I mean, they got Horford, Tatum, Kyrie, I mean, Brown. Like, what do you need?
I mean, Brown, you know what? I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into that.
Rozier.
Yeah, they got players. They got players. So that's going to be interesting to see. That series will start this weekend, I believe, right? I think it starts this weekend.
I don't.
They haven't announced it. I checked earlier.
So. Yeah, I haven't seen.
But from what I'm hearing, it should start this weekend. So.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Okay, MLB. We haven't really talked about it in previous episodes, but we're gonna talk about it now. We talked about
Can you really blame me for not wanting to talk about baseball right now?
You're gonna have to take one for the team. You're
All
gonna
right.
have to take one for the team. Okay, we're gonna do power rankings. Top 3 teams in the league. I'll go first. Okay, my number 3 team in the MLB is the Mariners right now. The Mariners are 16-9. They have a plus 32 run differential. They're solid at home. A little surprising. They made a lot of moves. They pretty much overhauled their whole team. They traded and got rid of players, got some players back, and they're 16-9 even though they still have King Felix on their team. So that's by itself is impressive to me because King Felix is horrendous. My number 2 team is the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays, currently leading in the AL East, plus 45 run differential, which is the best in the league.
I'm just going to go ahead and correct it. Not just the AL East. They're currently leading in the entire MLB.
Yeah, and winning
The
percentage.
entire MLB.
Winning percentage because there are teams with 15 wins. Obviously, the Mariners have 16 wins. So, 45, that's a lot. And the Dodgers are my number 1 team, to no surprise.
I'm not surprised.
They're 15-9, plus 29 run differential. But I'll tell you why I think they're number 1.
Let me guess. Bellinger?
Let me tell you why. The Dodgers are the best team because they are so deep. First of all, and nothing against the Rays or the Mariners. They're good teams. I don't think they have the depth to continue this over a whole season.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going
Just to make it clear. Just to make it clear. And there's a lot of big teams that are missing here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I did not include the Astros because one, their record is not on par with these 3 teams, and also because I hate them. So I'm not going to put them in the list. Okay. The Yankees are unhealthy. I feel like, with their real team, they should be up there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies are what we expected them to be. A little chemistry issues, but they should be getting going. But these are the 3 best teams right now. And do you disagree? What do you think?
Obviously, I'm going to disagree a little bit. Just a quick, funny point on the Phillies that you're mentioning it.
Yeah.
Arrieta just started yesterday, actually.
Oh, I saw this. Man.
And there's some bad calls,
Right.
on both sides. Both teams were getting some bad calls from the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
Harper was chirping off at the mouth, obviously, like Harper does. He went and got ejected.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been a Phillies player that's been ejected since, I think it was 2015.
Really?
And it's only taken, 24 games or something like that for Bryce Harper to be on the Phillies before cutting that record. Yes, he got ejected from arguing it. And Arrieta actually came out and said, you know what, we need him out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just kind of straight attacked Harper, and I was really happy to see Harper took it very well. He didn't get mad. He didn't let his temper get the best of him. He said, you know what, I understand that I do need to be out there. It's more than just me. It's about the team,
Right.
And he started to see that. So I'm really intrigued and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there because, I don't know. It's just kind of fun.
Arrieta has, correct me if I'm wrong, he has a history of calling his teammates out, correct? Yeah. He did it in Chicago a lot. And he's done it, he did it last year as well in Philadelphia. I think, what did he say? He's like, I need him in right field.
Mm-hmm.
I need him at the plate. I need him to win.
Exactly, yeah.
And, he's not wrong. Bryce Harper is a premier
he was like,
player.
he wasn't there, and it let me down. And it's like, it's true. But I don't know. Right now is a very interesting time, I think, in baseball because a lot of the beginning teams that were starting out really strong that no one really expected to be strong, and the other teams that everyone expected to be strong are absolute trash.
Right.
I think we're going to start seeing that transition.
Are you thinking about one team in specific, or are we just saying it in general?
I'm saying quite a few teams, actually.
Okay.
There's quite a few teams.
I couldn't decipher that.
Absolutely the Red Sox. Absolutely, they're always on top of my mind. But there's more than just that. The Yankees.
Right.
The Yankees should be doing a hell of a lot better, too.
But,
and that's just another team.
Hold on a minute. The Red Sox and the Yankees are in completely different spectrums. They both don't have good records. But one team has 13 players on the injured list. The other team does not. And you want to talk about the Red Sox? Fine, let's talk about the Red Sox. Let's talk about the Red Sox right now. You know what? Let's talk about them.
You know what? All right. How about this? Since we did just mention that the Rays are the best team in the league, let's talk about the Red Sox and how they just went to Tampa Bay and swept them in a 3-game series.
Okay.
Now.
Congratulations.
Now, That's the best team in baseball. That the Red Sox, who absolutely suck right now, they just went into Tampa Bay and swept them.
Mm-hmm.
I bring this up because, like I said, like I was saying actually, in the transition, we're gonna start seeing these teams balance out, and the ones that we all know should be doing well, they're gonna start doing well.
Yeah.
These other teams, they're gonna start falling apart. That transition, I think, is gonna start happening. And I mean, we got Tampa Bay at the top of the league with a 652 winning percentage, Minnesota at a 650, Seattle at a 640. I mean, it's absurd. If you asked me before the season started about the Twins, I would not say that they would be in the top right now.
Right.
At all. No. I mean, yeah, you got some talent, but to be
same thing with the Mariners.
to be coming through 0.02%.
Yeah.
Like away from being the top. That's absurd.
I mean, there's teams who are going to do that. We know that it's not sustainable for these teams. I mean, they're just not built for that, for 162 games.
Tampa Bay, too, as you were saying, they don't have the depth.
Something about... Look,
they have the highest run differential in baseball right now at a plus 45. Baltimore, on the other hand, is the absolute worst at a negative 56. And just because I know you're going to want to know, Boston is the third worst at a negative 41.
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck right now.
1 point on Tampa Bay. I feel like I put Tampa Bay and Oakland in similar categories. Something about them. They just scrap their wins, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're two teams who somehow Oakland is in the playoff picture. When their team does not, I mean, you look at their roster and you're like, yo, this team is whack. This team is really bad. And you look at Tampa Bay, I mean, what is their payroll? 60-something million, I think? 60 million around there, and they're arguably, I mean, I put them in the top 3, but a lot of people say they're the number 1 team. And I would justifiably because of their run differential, but
I think they only had like a 9,000 attendance as well recently.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, your team is the best in baseball right now. And you can't even sell out these games.
Yeah, I mean,
the Red Sox lose and lose and lose, and they're consistently sold out. Like, come on.
Because it's the Red Sox. That's legendary franchise. Florida is not.
I just wanted you to say that.
Legendary franchise, which I hate. I hate them. I had to add that at the end. Okay, we're gonna move on from the MLB, but I want to add 2 quick things that I just saw, which I loved. Number 1, San Francisco Giants. I hate the Giants. One interesting tidbit on them: they have played 23 games this year so far, and have yet to score a first inning run.
Wow.
Yeah. No first inning run for them.
That's interesting.
In 23 games. The record, if you were wondering, is 28 games. So, and oh my gosh, I love.
The Giants really are trash this year.
I love how the Giants think they're a good team. Like, they think they're a good team when they have a bunch of old heads.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of old heads on their team. Evan Longoria is no longer the same, and they're like, yo, Evan Longoria, yeah, at third baseman. No chance. And I mean, they're gonna be in the cellar of the NL West, and I just love rubbing it in because I know a lot of Giants fans. Man, y'all suck. Y'all can't score a run in the first inning. Trash. And I don't know. You want to say anything to that?
You know what? I enjoy watching them lose. I think we can agree on that. It's fun. Their fans were definitely very loud for a while, and I think the team, they earned it for a very short time there. But they're the leftover pieces, and
Brandon Crawford is not the same. Buster Posey is not the same.
Yeah, no one's the same.
They're old, and there's
no change. I've always seen the Giants as a very cookie cutter team.
Yeah,
and it's not letting me down right now.
They're done. They got to go into full rebuild. And I thought that when the Dodgers general manager went over and became the president of baseball operations for the Giants, I thought that he was going to go into rebuild mode, and he hasn't fully gone into rebuild mode yet. And I'm a little surprised by that because they are desperate need. I mean, they were talking about going after Bryce Harper, and I was like, look, what you need to do is ship all these guys out and get prospects because your team is not going anywhere for the next 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, and that's the truth of it. Is I don't think that they're focusing enough on the future. They're trying the right now, but their right now is like 5 years ago. Yeah. So
they're living in the past.
It's okay though because
they're waiting for Tim Lincecum to come through the door and save them.
Wherever he is anymore.
We literally don't know. Like no one knows where he is.
But I mean, it's fine because I am not a fan of the Giants.
Yeah.
So to sit here and just watch them continuously do this, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it.
I'm happy.
It's just like watching the
I enjoy
Angels
it.
make these terrible contracts. I'm okay with it. I mean, the Angels are winning more games right now.
No, they're
than the
not.
Red
They're
Sox,
horrible. Oh, yeah, then the Red Sox, yes. They're still bad, though. They're so bad. All right, one last tidbit on the MLB. I want to add a little Dodgers flair. You talked about your Red Sox. I want to add a Dodgers flair. Okay.
You brought them up.
Yeah, I did because I wanted to roast them, but it didn't turn out that way. I called them legendary for some reason.
Hey, can't argue it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Rich Hill. We're all familiar with Rich Hill, Dodgers pitcher. He's currently on the injured list with a knee issue.
Mm-hmm.
He's close to returning. The Dodgers sent him on a rehab start. Pitched well. I think it was 6 innings. Gave up 1 run. Struck out like 8 or 9. He said he's ready to come back. The Dodgers were like, "No, we want you to do one more rehab start." He did that today, which he did reluctantly. He did not want to do it, but he did anyway. 6 innings, 16 strikeouts. I think he's ready to come back. I mean,
Yeah,
6 innings, 16 strikeouts. I mean,
that
tells me he's ready.
I think that he's ready at that point to at least come in for a few innings.
Yeah, I would say so.
Even if you kind of just do him on a bullpen sort of day, just manage your rotation a little bit different. Throw him in there for 1, 2, 3 innings, whatever. Manage his pitch count a little bit. Pull him out, keep it going. But I mean, 6 innings, 16 strikeouts.
I mean, if I'm not good at math, but I believe that in 6 innings he'll face 18 batters, minimum, and he struck out 16. I mean, I don't know if he was working a perfect game or anything, but 16 strikeouts is,
Yeah, I think that's...
He's ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the MLB for today.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that the Dodgers might not be managing things very well?
Is that a joke?
Nah,
Is that supposed to be a joke?
I'm genuinely...
Is that supposed to be a joke? Travis, you got to tell me if that's a joke, because...
I mean, I'd like to be joking, but...
They're just being cautious. Rich Hill is 40 years old.
Why can't they be cautious with Kershaw?
They are cautious with Kershaw. What do you mean? Kershaw's just... I don't even want to get into this. One thing that I am looking forward to, Kershaw has performed well in his 2 starts since coming back. I'm impressed with that. I liked how he's pitched. He's mixing it up. His velocity is still way down, but he's pitched well these last 2 games. And they have so many pitchers, man. Like, I'm just thinking about, on my mind, I'm thinking they got Kershaw. They got Buehler, who got rocked so hard his first couple starts, but he's put it together recently. They got Urias, which they're gonna move to the bullpen, which I understand it, but I don't want it to happen because this guy he can pitch, man. They got Ryu.
He has the potential.
Oh, he's got massive potential. And then they got Maeda and now Rich Hill, and they got Ross Stripling. They're all pitching pretty well. I mean, that's why I think the Dodgers are the most dangerous team, in my opinion. But,
I mean, they could
it's
even let
still
Joe
early.
Kelly start.
No. Joe Kelly needs to go back to Boston, really.
We don't want him.
all of a sudden you don't want him. But when he signed, you're like, yo, Joe Kelly, why'd you do this to us? And you called it. You called it. You said his first start, watch him give up a shot to the moon.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see the game be tied right now. And
he gave up a 3-run homer right then and there. I was like, yo, you're full of bad juju, man.
It's Joe Kelly. He was being stubborn. He was being absolutely stubborn on the mound that night, and it was obvious because...
Is he still being stubborn, or
he
what's the
didn't
problem?
have full control,
He
but
gives up
he
1 run
didn't
per
want to
game.
just go to his fastball, which was getting the strikes. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to have control of all his pitches, so he just wanted to keep throwing it.
I think he's giving up 1 run per outing.
It's still better than any of the Red Sox pitchers, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a little light, a little bright light for me, I would say. Okay, let's move on. Final segment of the day. Rest in peace. We each have a couple rest in peace people, I would say. Do you have people, or what is it?
Yeah, it's
Is it people?
people, things, that sort of.
All right. Well, you want to start, or you want me to go?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start here.
All right. Rest in peace to who, man?
All right. Rest in peace to the Watford defenders and goalie, because Southampton's Shane Long just scored a goal in 7 seconds against them, which set a new
Is that a
EPL record.
That's a record.
Yes, English
Wow.
Premier League record.
7 seconds?
7 seconds. I think it was like 7.96 or something like that, but
Man.
7 seconds.
So,
I believe
how does that even happen?
I believe his running speed, I think I saw something, his running speed was actually slightly faster than an Olympic relay runner.
Okay. So he was booking it.
He was going.
So you're telling me this.
He was running like the cops were after.
After 8 seconds, it was 1-0.
Yeah.
The game was 1-0.
It was 1-0. I mean, eventually, what happened is that game was a draw. So
it ended in a draw.
It ended in a draw. But he still set an EPL record. And I think
rest in
that
peace
is
to the
noteworthy.
defenders.
So, yeah, I mean.
Was it the defender's fault?
The defender and the goalie, in my opinion, it's always the defender and the goalie. I don't care what else happened. Like, someone should be there. Someone should be doing something. But they are now highlight reel for however long it takes before something like this happens.
Until the next record.
They are going to be looked at. Oh, wait, who has the record? The fastest goal? Wait, against who?
Yeah.
I mean,
Wofford. Yeah, Wofford.
Hang your heads low.
Hang your heads low. Hey, feel bad about it. You're in the
Yes.
record books, but not in the way you want to be. That is insane. 7 seconds. Wow.
7 seconds.
I
Not
agree.
the band. Great band, but 7 seconds.
Which band?
7 seconds.
7 seconds. 7 seconds of summer?
No, 7 seconds.
I haven't heard of that band. What are they?
7 seconds. It's punk.
Oh, punk?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm not into punk. Isn't there 7 seconds of summer? Or is it 5 seconds of summer?
No idea. I don't listen to that teen pop stuff.
So you know that it's teen pop, though. You know that it's teen pop, so we know that.
How do you know I'm right?
Huh?
How do you know I'm right?
I trust you, man. Like, I believe what you say. Are you lying to me?
Everything else I say is a joke, but all of a sudden you believe me?
No. I have a great feeling that you know that
Do you
it's
listen
teen
to them
pop.
as you cry?
Huh? See, I don't even know. Bro. I didn't even know their name. I said 7 seconds. I don't even know. I still don't know if it's 5 or 7 seconds. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, all of a sudden.
I really don't know.
All of a sudden you don't know. Pull out your playlist right now. We know it's on there.
You can search the playlist, man.
All right, so my rest in peace. My first rest in peace. Rest in peace to the Pacers.
Pacers, huh?
Yeah. Rest in peace to the Indiana Pacers because they won the same amount of playoff games as the Lakers this year. And they still have a worse pick in the draft. So the Lakers and the Pacers both won the same amount of playoff games, which is 0.
But you know the difference is the Pacers actually had a playoff game.
Congratulations. What is that?
I mean, they at least made it.
So everyone got free shirts. I mean, that's...
You know what? It got really salty in here real quick.
Rest in peace to the Pacers. They didn't win a single game in the playoffs, and they have a worse pick than the Lakers. That's all I want to say. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I'm a little bit mad because I have something regarding the Pacers too. So
what did you have?
I'm a little bit heartbroken.
What did you have?
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay. All right.
But second off, I got R.I.P. to Luke Walton's career
Oh my gosh.
and his image after the allegations of sexual assault were just revealed.
Yeah.
That's just, man.
I mean, I feel okay. Let's be real.
allegation.
Let's be real around like for this moment.
All right.
I think that whenever someone is accused of sexual assault, like, you're right, their image is tarnished. And, oh man, I mean, they said it happened when he was with the Golden State Warriors, so this is prior to the Lakers. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying, like, the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. It's really crazy because, I mean, you don't expect to hear news like this. I mean, with all the things that have been going on, you don't expect to see them. But you don't expect to see those names being attached to something so heinous as this. Yet they are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, if this is true, then, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just horrible.
It's 2017. It's been a couple years. I know sometimes it takes a while for people. We don't know the situation, where she was, what happened.
I don't know.
It's just...
That's the problem. We don't know.
It sucks seeing this kind of stuff, and I hate how it becomes public like this because nobody outside here really knows until everything gets investigated. So we see these allegations, and whether it's true or not, we're going to look at Luke Walton differently.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at her like, okay, some people automatically jump on, oh, she's lying, she's in it for the money. Other people jump and say, oh my God, like this is terrible.
Happened, yeah.
And it's sad because now she's gonna have to go through some things. He's gonna have to go through some things,
and we don't know the truth.
And nobody knows the truth.
Yeah, I mean they know the truth. Them two know the truth.
Yeah, Obviously,
someone's lying here because Luke Walton said that it didn't happen. He through his attorney. He said it didn't happen.
And it sucks that this kind of stuff happens. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like seeing it, but
I mean,
ultimately, when this stuff arises,
so this could be either. This could be either.
It's gonna ruin a lot for Luke Walton.
Yeah, just the allegation itself. And if it really happened,
if it happened,
rest in peace to his life, because that's just something that you deserve to lose your career for.
Yeah, good. Like I'm glad you lost it, but if it's not true, anything like that, then I mean,
we're just gonna have to wait and see. That's a wait and see thing, and I'm sure. I mean, it's in the news right now, and we're gonna see what goes on. All right, let's move on to something lighter, although it's still about a head coach in the NBA. Rest in peace to Igor Koskov, who was the former head coach of the Phoenix Suns. He literally got fired after 1 year.
One season.
One season with the Phoenix Suns. What did you expect? What did management expect? Phoenix is not a good team.
Well, I think when you have someone like Devin Booker dropping so many points and still your team loses the game, that to me,
I don't know,
says something needs to change. And if
you're only going to give him 1 year.
But the thing is, if you're not willing to jump in and change a bunch of different things, then I could see someone being impatient and saying, you know what, let's just change whoever's in charge here.
Look, they went through Hornacek already. They went through Watson, and now they're going through this guy. That's 3 coaches very recently. I mean, over the last 6 years. Maybe there's more. I'm not even sure, but this guy, they brought him in with the sole purpose of developing these guys. And Devin Booker, I mean, I don't know. Devin Booker is good. He's a good player. I haven't seen. He had that little stretch where he went crazy, you know. But man, you got to give a coach more than 1 year.
Yeah, I think he should have at least had a second season.
I mean, you know the Suns are not gonna win. You know your team is not gonna win. It's just like the Knicks. They just got Fizdale. They got Fizdale, and they were like, oh well. I mean, look at the Knicks. They're gonna get like a top pick. The Suns are gonna get a top pick.
Well, as players too, they need to know that they can trust the coach. And how if there's no consistency in the coaching, then it throws everything on the players. And
this is the problem. A whole new offense is going to come in, a whole new defense, whatever it is, a whole new system is going to come in for these young guys who are trying to find their footing in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to find some familiarity. They're getting used to the business aspect of the league. They're trying to get used to now playing. And now when you go through 3 or 4 coaches, you get nothing, and Phoenix is not getting any better. When you hire a new coach, it's not going to just turn around unless you have a foundation. And these guys have a foundation ready to be built, but they're not picking up the tools yet. And it's sad to see.
It is.
And Phoenix is going to be at the bottom for as long as they don't find something.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to the Suns, really. Not even the coach. Just rest in peace to the Suns.
The Suns.
They're going to be they're just going to be rest in peace to Phoenix. I feel bad for Phoenix, Arizona. But, I mean, Cardinals are horrible. And I feel, Arizona's just, the Diamondbacks are going to be bad. Now the Suns, we know what the Suns are.
Man, a lot of teams on the rest in peace segment today because my last one here is a trifecta.
Okay.
It's rest in peace to the Indiana Pacers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. All 3 of their teams' dignity.
Yeah.
Because all 3 of those teams got swept in the first round of the playoffs this season.
Mm-hmm.
That's just...
You hate to be
hurts.
swept. You don't want to be swept.
In the first round to get swept. At least win a game.
Yeah.
Especially when the Pacers are basically dead even with their competition. Tampa Bay Lightning...
Record-wise.
Stats record-wise, yes. Yeah. And Tampa Bay Lightning being...
man, we talked about this. This is
way on top of everyone else. And Pittsburgh, you're Pittsburgh against the New York Islanders.
When do the Islanders win? They never win. They somehow
they were better, but to sweep Pittsburgh, how do you...
Wait, is it true that... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay, number 1 seed out of the playoffs, and in the West, or in the other region, Calgary, the Flames, number 1 seed, both out of the playoffs.
Yeah, Calgary won 1 game against Colorado.
And they're the number 1 seed, and they both got knocked out, right? Insane. I mean, just think about this. LeBron got swept in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That tarnished his legacy for a little bit. Pretty bad. But I don't know. You hate to be swept. You hate. Oh man, I don't know what it was, but some of the, like the fans bring the brooms.
Yes.
Yo, that must hurt as a player, man.
Yeah,
That must hurt.
but it should be motivation too.
I don't know. When you're down 3-0 already.
I mean, it hurts.
When you're
but-
down 3-0. Okay, imagine this. Imagine if a team brings out the broom and then the series is like 2-0. I feel like right there it's like, all right, motivation. Like we're not gonna let this happen. When you're down 3-0, the chances of you coming back are very slim.
It's true. Very slim, but it's been done.
It's been done, yeah.
It has been done.
I don't want you to say who did it, because we know who did it.
Red Sox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to look back on better times.
Yeah, think back about 15 years ago. All right, well, that has been another episode of On the Pitch today. Today we talked about the Drake curse, and if it's real or not, it's real.
The Celtics versus the Bucks in the playoffs.
We talked about MLB power rankings. I had Dodgers number 1, and everyone else dead last.
Which is unfortunate. And we had our rest in peace segment. And a lot of teams were roasted.
A lot of teams were roasted, yeah, especially the Suns.
Especially the Suns.
Yeah, man. It's
And
okay.
the Pacers. The Pacers got it.
The Pacers got it today.
Yeah. I gave it to them.
I
You
feel
gave
like
it to
they're
them.
not in the news enough. So we have to, like,
It's true.
there's some teams that just, you know,
We had to give them their 5 minutes.
yeah, they were negative 5 minutes, but oh well, you got your 5 minutes of fame. Well, that's been another episode of On the Pitch. Thank you for tuning in. I am Emmanuel Palacios.
Now I'm Travis Chepaway, and we will see you next week.